Hey guys, just got notified at 9:43. It's 10:32, so about 49 minutes ago, that my Meta page, my business page, I should say, is back in my hands as admin. So that included my Facebook, my Instagram, and also my business phone number. Let me break it down. So I have an agency. My agency is advertising. I make the videos, they have the reach, they get it out to potential clients. So majority of you folks, unless you're referred, you would have either found me Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or Google. Those are the 5 mediums I advertise from. Been with this agency since 2021 with a very good working relationship. Decided to go a different route because we moved, and I'll explain that in this video. And they did the best they could to destroy the business, meaning that they didn't post anything nefarious, but they kicked me as admin off of my Facebook and Instagram and my Google page, and kicked me off. I had no access to it. Facebook business pages, Instagram business pages are linked to your personal account, but it was a fiasco. They were able to kick me out of my own business. Luckily, I had Facebook Cert Blue, which is the blue check mark, and I was able to get it back, although it took almost, it's the 20th, so it took almost 3.5 weeks, but I was able to get it sorted out. The phone number, the 992 number, that is a GHL number. That's a Go High Level number. That is not my personal number. It's a CRM, Customer Relations Manager. So if you know when you first found me and you fill out information, your name, address, not address, but name, vehicle type, condition, I believe those are typically the questions that we would ask in that form. That gets shot to the CRM, the Customer Relations Manager. I get a notification, hey, Steven Johnson, 2023, F-150, best time of contact, morning. Then I go and I know I put you into my on my notes to contact you morning, afternoon, evening, anytime, whatever you would have put on there, and then I reach out for there, and all the information is listed. So for the 4 years that I've been with my agency, because I chose to leave, they kicked me out of my Facebook, Instagram. My Google page was suspended. It still says temporarily unavailable. I'm still working on that. And I have no access to the 992 number. I have no access to all the client data that I've accumulated since 2021. Now, as you guys also know, I have everything digitally and I have everything paper copy, meaning you sign your invoice when you pick up the vehicle. I also have that digitally. So as far as invoice information, what type of warranty was done, your VIN number, the vehicle that was done, your contact information, I have all that still. I just don't have access to make it easy for me to just, everything was on the application, so I can choose the last 100 clients and shoot text to, hey, this deal, or I'm moving, or this situation. I don't have access to that, so it have to be one by one. And I was in a situation where I wasn't really sure. I was thinking maybe I have to start a whole new business. Do I have to change the LLC? Do I have to change the business name? What do I have to do? Because I have no access to my Facebook personal page, my business page, I should say, or my IG business page. Where do you go from here? So luckily, that was resolved. So as of about an hour now speaking, I've checked my Facebook Messenger and my Instagram. I counted 53 unread messages. So I have to go through each message, whether it's potential clients, past clients, inquiries, whatever the situation may be, and I'll respond to everyone. And I'm also going to have to make a Facebook post sometime this evening because I have a lot to do. We're going hiking and whatnot, but I'm going to make a post in conjunction with this video because this is going to be posted on YouTube. Majority of folks aren't going to see my YouTube channel, so we'll go from there. So let me explain where we are today, how we got to this situation. So first this started, it's a lot. I'm trying not to do it that much editing, but it's a lot. So first, in mid-January, someone in our family had health issues. I don't want to be too specific. It's not my immediate family, not my wife and my kids, but I like to keep some things private. So my wife has been going to Temple, which is about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half north of Austin proper, to take care of family who's having issues. So she's been there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, literally since January. On the holidays like Mother's Day, spring break, they stayed longer while I stayed here in Conroe and handled the shop. As most folks know, who know me, who's had any type of interaction with me in the business, I work long hours. So I would be doing 12 to 16 plus hours a day, going home to an empty home with my wife and kids, basically in Austin, AKA Temple. At least that would only be 3 days out the week. Friday after school, Saturday, Sunday, they would come back. And that was hard. That's hard. It's hard in general because the burden that it puts on your shoulder, the burden it puts on your wife's shoulder, the burden it puts on the family. And that's something that we were doing. It's something that I could have continued to do, although it was hard. I'm going to be all over the place, right? I don't want to do much editing, so I'm just going off the top of my head. This isn't a script. So when I first signed my 3-year lease, it was with a gentleman's name. I'm going to say his name is Jay, right? He was married for over 40 years, got divorced, which was fine. The first year and a half, it was great dealing with a private landlord, which is what I wanted. And it was really good. They owned several different commercial properties around Houston. When they divorced, they split it. So if you pull into the Lakewood Park, you know that you have that front row, the second row, the third row. Mine, which was a single unit, the fourth, and then this way is the fifth row. So he kept the first through third in mine, and then they split all their other properties, but we're not concerned with that. So he kept the first 3 rows in mine. He sold those. Okay, he sold those to a group of investors, which was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. They were very easy, being able to pay online. Just if you have any issues, it was a lot easier because Jay he moved to Mexico. So no complaints. So first started happening where my garage door we had replaced. The reason being is because I was having issues where it would get jammed a lot going up and down. Nothing serious. They sent someone out within 2 weeks, brand new, came out, changed it in a day. Great. I didn't notice anything until when it started raining. So like we had a couple small rains from when they replaced the door in February. So when it rained, I noticed that a little bit of water would come underneath the door. Strange. Not a big deal because it wasn't too bad. I wasn't really thinking anything. So I actually went and bought sandbags. Literally, like sandbags, like took about 15 of them to spread the whole distance. And if I knew it was going to rain, I'm going. And these are heavy. I'm pulling the sandbags, and putting the sandbags in front of the door so no water gets in. And again, something I could have lived with. So what really changed and what really made this decision was when we had the storm in May. We had a lot of rain. I now forgot it because I looked at my phone and I saw the video. The 11th, the 12th, and the 13th of May, we had a lot of rain. I believe the worst was the 12th. This video is going to be that I have the photos of the videos that I'm going to show you if I can. If not, I'm going to have a picture here. But if it works, I'm going to post a video up here. Is that I had a lot of flooding. So like, if you have experience with the shop, I had flooding about 2.5, 3 feet from the door to, come into the shop, which was very concerning. Oh my God, concerning because I'm concerned with what's going to happen if we have a hurricane. Right? I've never been through a hurricane in the shop yet. I'm really concerned. No, we had that hurricane last year in July. I forgot the name of the hurricane because I was in Denver for a training. So last year we had a hurricane, but my house didn't lose power, the shop didn't lose power. So where we were on 105 was peachy. Houston got slammed, but where we were in Conroe was great. And I don't know how the flooding went because I was in Denver for a week, so I don't know. But by all accounts, I know we didn't lose power. I called one of the businesses in the park, and he said the park didn't flood or anything, so I wasn't concerned. So anyway, so May 12th, I want to say, it was 11th, 12th, or 13th this past month. It came in about 3 feet. Again, I'm going to try to post a video here. It was bad. Like my flooring, not only was the water on top of my flooring, it got all the way underneath the flooring. And when I lifted the flooring, it came in maybe about 6 feet, which was bad. So reached out to the property management company. I'm not going to say any names. I don't want to, but came out and basically told me if I wanted them, they can fix it, but I would have to invest in them and sign an additional 3-year lease, and then they would go the grade and do what they need to do to make sure that my unit doesn't flood. Because again, mine is this single unit. I have the front of the shops to my, if I'm looking at my shop to the left, and to the right is the back of the 300 buildings. The way the complex was designed is, one, there's no drainage. We have no drainage anywhere. There's no, you're not going to see that. It's designed to come from the back this way, come from this side this way, and the water is meant to go away from these buildings and go from the back here. The problem is I'm in the middle. So the water is going to go like this, and then that's why normally if it rains, if any of you guys have seen the puddles are going to be typically in the middle of the shop, in the middle of the road, excuse me. Told me about how hard that would be, and it would cost them 25 or 30,000, whatever. I was playing nice. I was really frustrated and worried, because I just knew, first off, I'm not signing a 3-year lease extension on top of the 14 months I had remainder. No, this May, 13 months that I had remainder on the lease, just for you to fix a problem. No, you're going to fix the problem and then I'll sign an extension. It doesn't work that way, right? Fine, whatever. One of my clients actually built, oh man, I forgot the name of the if you're coming on 105, they do like home renovations. There's a huge LED sign out there. I can't think of the name of the company, but his company actually built that. So I had him shoot grades. So what he did was he shot it with a laser, showed me the calculations, how everything was, and it's bad, the way it's designed. Again, could fix that with sandbags to a certain degree, right? But was an issue, was a really big issue. So the issue we're having is I'm having my wife drive. She's going to Temple every weekend for the foreseeable future, hopefully for years to come, right? We're hoping, she's going to Temple. I'm stuck here. I'm having an issue with my property management company where my shop is flooding, right? And they're telling me in order to have them fix it, I need to extend my lease. Oh, and let's not forget, it wasn't just extend my lease, but raise the price of my rent by 25%. Wait, did I do the math right? Between 20 and 25%, not exactly 25%, not exactly 20%, in the middle somewhere, which was a considerable increase, especially, for the condition of the shop, which was in good condition. And most of the stuff you guys see was me, the painting, the renovations, the bathroom, the kitchen area. I did everything. So I put a lot into the shop. But as far as you guys buying this property, increasing it, especially when we had with the original J owner, we had to understand that I'm gonna sign a 3-year lease with an option to buy at the end of that. So again, I'm rambling, but just to add, that was out the window. When they bought last year, that was already discussed, already told to me, that's not happening. So that I was already under the impression that, if I can't buy, I need a larger shop. First off, and if I can't buy this one, it is what it is. As some of you guys may know, if I have 3 cars in the shop, that's for the most part it. I'm not going to have space. If I have an RV, that's it. There's no other space. I need a bigger shop. I needed a bigger shop. So all that led into my decision. So I am now in Austin. The issue is I didn't know. First off, I had to get a second phone through Verizon. So I had to go get a whole different phone number through Verizon because I'm not going through that go high level CRM bull crap again where my number is not really my number. And even my new agency, they actually, almost everyone uses Go High Level. They wanted to also, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. My number is my number. We'll funnel everything through my phone number. I'm not going through that again. Was that all the client's information I had is gone. Again, minus my receipts. So I can go through every single receipt one by one, of course. So if someone contacts me, obviously. So from now, I'm going to have the new number in the description where you can reach me. I'm also going to have information on who is going to maintain your coatings. This is very important. So when I decided that I was going to move, again, I didn't decide until the flooding happened the 11th, 12th, or 13th. I didn't decide until, let's say, the 20th. Like, I was just like, I was gone. I was ready to gone. I was very frustrated. I was very afraid of the flooding. And my wife wanted to move to Austin. She was already ready to go. We were actually renting here, not the house in Florida, but the house here we were renting. So our lease was almost up. They were going back and forth about having us stay for another lease, willing to lower our rent because we're really good tenants. I pay my bills. So anyway, we made a decision. Okay, we're going to move. So yeah, that happened about a week before my last job where we decided we were going to go. And in that time frame, I'm International Detail Association. I am a member of the Detailers of the Round Table. So I know a lot of folks. A lot of folks know me. So reached out through different avenues on, hey, I'm told Amanda, my wife, that, hey, if I can't find someone to take over the shop, I'm not leaving. I was just very adamant on there. If I would have had to sleep in my shop, we found a house up here in like 3 days. But if I wasn't finding another detail company that I trust and know that can maintain my clients, I wasn't moving. It was very simple. So going through different avenues, found 2 young guys, great guys. You're going to get to know them. That own Fresh Off the Lot Detailing. I believe they're going to change their name, similar but a little different now when they get into the shop. And they're going to maintain all my coatings. Again, so the price that I do typically is $50 to do maintenance details on your vehicle. There's a very big reason why that's not something that I advertise. That is nothing you're going to see in an advertisement that, hey, if you do a coating with me, I'm going to charge you X amount for detail pricing. That's something I tell you when you come, you pay, and I'm going over everything. As you guys know, like don't wash the vehicle for 2 weeks, etc. Then I break it down. You know, coming in once a year is mandatory. That's not me. That's mandatory for whatever coating option you choose. But the $50 maintenance price, that is solely with me. That's not with anyone else. So I'm gonna leave the information for them for Fresh Off the Lot. It's gonna have them leave their phone number, their Facebook and their Instagram pages in the description, so you can get in contact with them and figure out what they charge for maintenance packages and what they charge for annual coating maintenances. Again, this is my price. That's not whatever they charge is what they charge, which is not the same that he charges, she charges, or they charge. It's never the same. For anyone who is a client of mine and I've done your coatings, I'm going to give you 3 of your annual maintenance washes details for free if you come to the Austin location. You're not going to pay for that. I'm giving 3 of them off. So 3 for the next 3 years. You will not pay for that. Obviously, you're going to have to come to Austin and I'll have the address. You will get in contact with me and we'll set that up. You'll get, in conjunction with those, which you have those for once a year for the next 3 years, I'm also including 3 details at no cost. So you're getting 6. Okay, what that means is once a year, we have to do the topper, the iron decon. That's your annual maintenance. That's going to be separate from your 3 free details that I'm including. Okay, the once a year maintenance, that's the exterior only. The 3 details you get, that's separate. That's inside and out full details. So you're getting 6 details at no additional cost. 3 is just once a year, and the other 3 you can do, you know, back to back. You can do this month, next month, and that month if you want, or whatever. You want to get rid of that. Also, after you do those for the 3 years and after you use the 3 details, I'm not going to increase the detail pricing for you guys. My prices have increased. So instead of 50, 40, 50, or 60, which was the 3 tiers, now it's half price off of my tier 1 package. So like right now, depending on the size of the vehicle, it'll be 65, 75, or 80. And I had to increase the pricing because I literally was not making any money, you know, doing the maintenance details. And I'm not making much now, but I needed to be at least profitable. Yeah, so rambling, wanted to break down and explain a little bit of why everything happened the way it happened, and it happened very quickly, unexpected. And so now I actually just finished the shop here in Austin. Literally just finished up, as you see, putting the flags, doing the lighting. It's really hectic, and I'm taking a big hit here. But anyways, this is Steven with Beyond Clean. Feel free to reach out to me. Again, Facebook, IG, my phone number, everything's back on. Minus the old number is kaput. You're not gonna be able to reach me there. And if you have any questions, you let me know, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love.